Hello everyone, I'm Abe from the Graduate School of Horticulture, Chiba University, and I will be giving a presentation titled Physiological and Psychological Effects of Green Space in Rainy Weather. First, let me explain the background. It is said that today we live in a stressed society. In Japan, 40–50% of people are suffering from anxiety and stress. In addition, the number of patients hospitalized for mental illness, the number of workers' compensation cases, and the number of suicides have not shown any sign of improvement. Therefore, the use of greenery is attracting attention as one of the countermeasures. For example, it has been reported that the use of forests and urban parks can reduce stress physiologically and psychologically. However, most of these verifications were conducted during sunny days. Here is a graph showing the number of days of annual rainfall in each Japanese prefecture in 2019. The vertical axis shows the number of rainy days per year. On average, there are about 91 rainy days in a year, and about 1 in 4 days in rainy. The number of rainy days is not small, and it is not sufficient to use only sunny weather. However, a survey of existing research shows that there are some studies that correct rain-related words and phrases, or overnight characteristics of rainy landscapes, without evaluation or effect verification. Some that evaluate but do not deal with rainy in sunny and cloudy weather, and some that evaluate green spaces in rainy weather, but use highly subjective evaluation methods. Therefore, in this study, we conducted an experiment in the green space in order to verify the physiological and psychological effects of green space in rainy weather. The following is the method. Date June 4th to July 19th in 2021. Each participant will participate twice, once in rainy weather and once in sunny weather. Place General Green Space and French Garden in Matsudo Campus, Chiba University, Japan. Participants 14 Chiba University students, Japanese. Measurements Forms was used to measure psychological effects. Cerebral cortisol was used to measure physiological effects. SD method, style, and questionnaire. But style and questionnaire are omitted in this presentation due to time constraints. This is the General Green Space and French Garden where we conducted the experiments. Arrows indicate the tent installation position and participants sitting, and direction of the participants. And these photos are showing the scene of the experiment and some of the participants' views. The control was set up to face the wall in the room at the Matsudo campus of Chiba University. In the green area, we set up a tub-type tent as shown in the photo, and asked the participants to sit on the chair in the tent in order to have the same conditions in rainy and sunny days. The flow of the experiment is as shown here. First, they sit quietly in the campus room for 5 minutes, and then measured palms and cerebral cortisol. After that, they will walk to general green space and sit for 5 minutes. After that, measured palms, cerebral cortisol, and impression evaluation. Then, they will walk to the French Garden and sit for 5 minutes. After that, measured palms, cerebral cortisol, and impression evaluation. Now, let's move on to results and discussion. This table shows the changes in salivary cortisol concentrations before and after viewing the green space. There was no significant difference in salivary cortisol concentrations before and after viewing the green space, and there was no physiological effect in either sunny or rainy weather in this experiment. The next graph shows the changes in emotional state before and after viewing the green space. The vertical axis shows the mean of POMS-T score. Error bars a standard deviation, comparison by Friedman test and Holm. There was one significant difference in tension anxiety when it was sunny, and three significant differences in tension anxiety, depression, dejection, and fatigue when it was rainy. This indicates that sunny, almost no psychological effect observed, rainy, improvement of some negative emotional states. These results are discussed further below. In rainy weather, anger and hostility were almost the lowest scores before viewing the green space, suggesting that there was a flow effect. In addition, there was a significant trend in confusion. As for vigor, it was predicted that it would not increase because of previous studies that showed that green spaces were characterized by a calming effect in rainy weather. In addition to the above, the three negative items were significantly reduced, indicating that green spaces can improve negative emotional states even in rainy weather. On the other hand, when it was sunny, there was almost no significant improvement. This may be due to the temperature, sunlight, and presence of mosquitoes, in addition to the fact that, in some cases, the experiment was conducted at a temperature of up to 32 degrees Celsius, and with strong sunlight. 8 out of 15 participants reported being bitten by mosquitoes. These may have prevented the psychological effects. This result suggests that under the worst conditions, which psychological effects are not achieved, future research is needed to understand the negative conditions. This graph shows the weather comparison of impression ratings for each green space. The general green space is shown on the left, and the French garden on the right, with gray indicating sunny weather and black indicating rainy weather. Comparison by Wilcoxon's sign rank test. Significant differences were found mainly in the basic differences in the physical environment due to the weather, such as the summer environment, for example warm, cool, and the brightness, for example bright, dark, while the green space component and landscape did not change significantly due to the weather. Therefore, almost the same impression can be obtained regardless of weather. Finally, I would like to conclude. 1. Viewing greenery in rainy weather reduces some negative emotions. 2. There are conditions under which psychological effects cannot be obtained even on sunny days. 3. It is possible to use green spaces with the same impression regardless of weather. That's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention and listening to my presentation. If you have any questions or comment, please let me know. I look forward to hearing questions or comments Thank you very much.